Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Again, another wonderful day from sunny but getting chillier in South Africa. They expect us to have a cold front this weekend where we, believe it or not, we might even have some snow or certainly rain. Either of them is very unusual, not when you live in Scotland, I suppose, even the rain in the summer. But yeah, here we are again, and it's been more than a week actually since I've been on. We've been on different conferences and webinars, but never done a personal of my Facebook for the last week, so I need to be a more regular contributor on my own page. But yeah, the thing I really wanted to talk about today is something that a lot of people struggle with, and it's you are enough. You know, especially during these challenges, even before, but especially just now, with all the fear, the anxiety, the panic, the stress, and also the depression that if it wasn't there already before, it certainly started to creep in more and more over the last 3 or 4 months during lockdown and everything that goes around them. And you know, people keep watching the news, however bad the news tells you it is and makes us believe it is. I'll leave that in the middle because I have a totally different idea about that, but that's for another day, and I do speak my truth all the time. But did you actually know? You know, we're always searching for things and wondering why we can't do it, or if we can actually can't do it. And too often we don't look inside ourselves, but we look outside of ourselves for that belief, that confirmation that we are indeed enough. And most of the time, you know, with the best intentions, we get people telling us when we want to do something, especially when it's something big, people tell us, you know, who do you think you are? And they know you, some of you, and they think, you know, you have never done anything before, so how do you think you're ever going to do or be or whatever comes next? But the first thing I need to say about that, don't ever let another person's belief in you become your reality. And I say that again, don't ever let another person's belief in you become your reality. Because we often want to, for whatever reason, we want to fit in, and believe me, I know. I was there. At a young age already, I felt the need to fit in. And, you know, it took quite a while, and I didn't believe I was enough. And it takes time, it's not going to happen overnight, but I'm telling you now, you are enough. You've got everything you ever need in your entire life within you, and it's here. And it's here. If you can get those two to work together, and then, you know, start telling yourself some more, because your belief in you is so much more important. And sometimes you might need to borrow belief from others. Les Brown always says, you know, it doesn't matter really if you don't believe in yourself yet, but borrow belief from others who believe in you until you do. Because all your belief is really a deeply held opinion you've got of yourself. And how often is that negative? Because we have the negative news, the CNN, constant negative news. We look in the newspapers. We watch negative programs, and you know, we switch on in the morning with the news. So many more people have died. So many more people have caught the coronavirus. Blah 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 blah. And how does that set us up for the rest of the day? You don't even want to get out of bed anymore. Because, you know, what's the point? We're on lockdown. We're going nowhere. I can't do anything. Now, that's the kind of self-talk that we need to get rid of. And how can you do that? Well, there is some simple things I'm going to talk to you about. And the first one is you need to realize, first of all, the awareness of what you say to yourself. There is a book out, and it talks about, you know, how important it is what you say to yourself. It's the most important conversations you've got every day. And people say, well, I don't talk to myself. If I say, do you talk to yourself? And I say, do I? That conversation you already start having, that's you talking to yourself. So you're not alone, and I'm not alone. We're not freaks of nature that we constantly have this going on in our head. But we can't always stop the thoughts coming into our head. But we can decide how long we labor them, how long we have them going into our head, and how much we let them sink into our subconscious. Because in our subconscious, everything happens automatically. It's in our conscious mind that we really, the emotional side is not necessarily there, but we do all the programming here, and then it sinks down and it becomes automatic negativity most of the time because of the programming we do. So we need to realize what is happening all the time in us. You know, because yes, it's terrible what's happening out there, and it's been terrible before, by the way. If you look at even the one of the flu epidemics in 2017-18, where 650,000 people, 635,000 people around the world died. That was terrible too, and nobody batted an eyelid. But these things are, nonetheless, whatever the figures are, they are terrible, and I feel for every one of the people who's losing people at this moment due to a virus, whether it's the flu or the corona or any other disease for that matter. We tend to put cancer and suicides and all the other kind of diseases, heart attacks and strokes, we tend to put them on the back burner. But it's all happening. But we cannot fill our head with those emotions every day and every minute of the day. So we need to become aware of what we do. And then we need to start changing those thoughts. You know, banish them from forevermore. But we need to become aware of them, banish them evermore. And then we need to actually set ourselves some goals to do better. And what is the purpose of setting goals? Somebody asked the other day, and I heard a good description of it. And it says, to grow and introduce yourself to a part of you didn't know existed. Now, the purpose of setting goals, I'm going to repeat that. To grow and introduce yourself to a part of you that you never knew existed. So, you need to set some goals. You need to set better goals and then work towards them. Now, we've had plenty time over the last months already, and we've probably got plenty time more to do something about our situation. It is no point in complaining to everybody who wants to hear it, complaining in our families and listening to other stuff and keeping it here and go to bed with bad thoughts, waking up with bad thoughts, and we wonder why we're so negative and why everything keeps happening to us. It keeps happening because we keep thinking about it all the time. Choice. You have a choice. Now change is a given. If you change you, or if you're going to get changed by somebody else, that's a choice. And you need to start making those choices more, because if you really become aware and you really want to conceptualize the fact that you are enough, that you are worth it, that you are a human being with unlimited capabilities, yet most of the time we act as if we're always limited, that there's a lid, the law of the lid. You know, it's a law in a growth book by John Maxwell. We need to lift that lid altogether, but we need to do that in here first, because everything starts with a thought. In our values-based leadership process, a truly transformational process indeed, every value somewhere in it has got thoughts become actions, actions become habits, and habits become your destiny. And that is so true. If you think about it, everything you see around you, everything you see on you, everything begins with a thought. Now those thoughts, they become action, they become words, and words become actions, and actions become habits, and habits become your destiny. So it's habits that we have. So if thoughts become words, become actions, become habits, then surely if we change that whole, not change the sequence, but if we change the thought, so a different thought becomes different words, becomes different actions, becomes different habits. Now people say it takes 21 days to change a habit, or 66 days. Well, I say do something for 3 months. Start positive every morning for 3 months in a row, every morning. Go to bed listening to, or talking about something positive every day, because those areas especially are dangerous times. First of all, you go through your day with a negative mind, and the other one you sleep with a negative mind, and there's so much happening during your sleep that you're probably not aware of. But you need to start thinking better, because you are enough. We are all enough. But we need to start looking at ourselves. You know, we need to flush all that negative away from us. And flush it down the toilet, flush it away from us altogether. And to flush that, we need to, you know, they say garbage in, garbage out. I heard a Kiko is much better. Quality in, quality out. And that's what we need to start remembering for ourselves. So, it's just a thought that came to my head the other day again, and I says, you know, I see so many people who feel so desperate about situations, who feel so negative, so bad about everything that's happening. But we need to change that within ourselves. We've all got that power within ourselves. And I keep saying it, we need to be optimistic about the future. We need to have hope for the future, because it is the one thing that will get us through. And we need to tell that to other people as well. You know, tell other people that they're worth it. Tell other people, yes, you matter. Let them know by contacting. I mean, today is an amazing day because both my mother and my daughter have their birthdays, and I will be contacting them today, and it's a great celebration again. My daughter is 21 years younger and my mother is 21 years older. Talk about perfect planning, and born on my mother's birthday, my daughter was as well. But you know, it is great to connect with people, and it doesn't matter how far away we are. We're so used to electronics now. Let's use it to connect on a human level. Let's tell other people, and talk to yourself. The person who can help you to realize that you're worth it, that you are enough, is the person looking in the mirror every day. The person who's looking back at you can help you and will help you, but that is a decision. See, we can all make choices, and all choices have got consequences. So if we don't start making our own choices, somebody else gives us those choices, who give us the consequences because we didn't make those choices. And we can do this all the time. We can keep blaming other people, but we need to start becoming accountable to ourselves. We need to start looking deep in our hearts and say, yes, I am worth it. Yes, I can do more. Yes, I can be more. And certainly, yes, you can have more as well. But first, you need to start thinking about, you are worthy. We are all creatures created for a reason. And as I said, we have never even found a computer yet that knows all the capabilities of a human mind. So start thinking different thoughts. Start indeed saying to yourself every day, I am worth it. I am worth it. I matter. And then start developing that. The things you hear, the things you read, and the people you associate with will govern what goes in here and how you feel in there. And health reasons as well. If you feel more optimistic, more positive, and you have more hope, you have a better health as well. You start walking with more posture, because you know that you are enough. And that's not arrogance, that's just confidence. And that confidence you need to build day by day by day. Your personal growth is something that you need to do day by day by day. It's not a once in a, like success, it's not a one day thing, it's an everyday thing. So start looking at your growth plan today. Start looking where you can change your habits, where you can change things where you normally turn towards a negative. Stop yourself right there. Put the handbrake on, to a 180 turn, and then turn all the way around the station and start getting more positive. It starts with the small steps, but it starts with you. So I look forward to speaking to you again soon, and I promise I'll be here much more often. But take it from me. You matter, and you are enough. Have an amazing rest of your Thursday, and look forward to speaking to you soon. Jan Robberts, Key Leadership Institute in sunny South Africa. Take care.